When citizens make their voices heard or even decisions on how public money is spent, then modern participatory and direct democracy is in action. Beginning in the southern Brazilian city of Porto Alegre back in 1989, a new methodology of influencing budget decisions by the people has been developed and spread around the world. It's called participatory budgeting. Yanina Welp, a political scientist originating from Argentina, has studied and researched PB, as it is called in short form, since many years. Yanina, what in brief is participatory budgeting?
Hi Bruno. Participatory budgeting is an instrument of citizens' participation. As you said, is worldwide well known. It works at the local level, and the working basically is allowing the people to propose, deliberate, and decide on some public investments, for instance in squares, to improve the furniture in schools, public buildings, etc. It is funded by the local budget, and it's important to take into account that we are talking in general about a very minor portion of the budget, 1, 3, quite often is a maximum of 5%, no more than that. But even if participatory budgeting has quite minor, we can say, the effects on public matters, I think it's really, really important in times of increasing distrust, individualization, political disengagement, because it's an instrument which helps the people to build community, to produce social cohesion, and in this sense it's quite powerful to increase these social communities and community building.
Thank you. There is a fascinating publication called the Participatory Budgeting World Atlas. On a map you can see that PB has truly spread across the world to most democratically governed countries, including your home country, Argentina, where you recently have visited a couple of interesting projects. Tell us more about them.
Yeah, the Atlas is a very, very interesting initiative, as you said, because you can see in the world map how the participatory budgeting spread around the world. However, it's also interesting to notice that it's not so common in full democracies. So it's more common in imperfect democracies, and even you can find participatory budgeting in autocracies like Moscow. So it opens the room to discuss more what the connections between local democracy and democracy as democracy in general, as a package.
Thank you for sharing these views and stories, which you can read more about on swissinfo.ch. Now there is a puzzling element on the global map displayed by the PB World Atlas. Switzerland is a white island in the middle of Europe without any relevant data. Yanina, does this mean that citizens in Switzerland does not have any possibility to influence or decide how their tax money is used?
Well, Bruno, is exactly the opposite, because in fact, as I said before, participatory budgeting allows to take decisions, very minor decisions, on like squares or traffic lighting, etc. While in Switzerland there are more powerful mechanisms such as the referendum, the optional referendum or the mandatory referendum. In cities like Aarau, for instance, it's mandatory to call a referendum when an investment goes over a given amount. So in fact, in Switzerland, people through collecting signatures or through the mandatory referendum can have more incidence in public matters and in financial issues.
These are great points, and thank you, Yanina, for your research and insights. And now I want to invite you, our readers, to discuss with us each another about the pros and cons of both participatory budgeting and financial referendums across the world. Tell us your opinion, your story in your own languages on our debate page.